Hey, how's your quarantine going? I'm counting day 3 today. It's the thing. We're here. I'm in bed right now. Kids are gone. They went off with dad, and I get to be quiet now. Clean my house because they ransacked it. Basically, have just been pacing myself, taking it day by day. Are you taking it day by day? How's your quarantine going? So I'm in San Antonio, Texas. There are, I think yesterday there were 6 cases here in town. The thing that I have been doing is I have a trainer and I go to the gym before it opens. So they haven't closed my gym yet. But I have some privileges to get there before everybody else does. So I'm still doing that for my self-care. And now I'm just really enjoying. Can you hear the birds? Maybe too far. Enjoying the quiet of my space, getting ready for what might be a martial law kind of quarantine where they don't let us out other than just like for food and medicine. So I'm busy online looking for metal plates and bumper plates and whatever I can do to continue fitness stuff here at home. So I've about spent the last 30 minutes running around doing that. So what have you been doing to collect? Are you feeling like you're hoarding or nesting? Like, okay, what do I need? What do I need to survive? I do have a client today. Yay! Yay! I'm excited about that. I have a client who lives out in the country, so he's coming into town. And again, I've done my best to quarantine so that I can be available for people that, don't want to expose themselves. So that's that. So I'm very grateful to have clients still. I hope that other clients that might see this, you can see me still, please, please, please. I don't know how we're gonna survive, but especially like, hey, retirees who have a nice income, please. I know a lot of you are living now probably paycheck to paycheck, and that's really scary. So what I wanted to talk about though is grief and sadness. I want to acknowledge that there, in Chinese medicine, there's the belief that our lungs is where we hold our grief and our sadness, and all of it here in the course of the heart is connected to those emotions as well. When we are heartbroken, we feel it mostly in our chest. When I see clients and they talk about, we get clients that are needing more intense work, we talk about like where you experience like the block, or where you experience like the inability to connect, or like what's present, and it's usually they feel it in their chest, and that's where I feel it as well. Like it's just tight here, and when we tighten and we what's called armor, when we armor ourselves up, we tighten those muscles. So that's what can create like cardiovascular disease, like later on, can create some really bad things for our hearts. And then our sadness lives in the lungs. And so the last couple days I've been crying. I think I mentioned it yesterday. It's been a lot really teary and emotional. And I feel like I'm maybe coming out of it. It's not as intense today. I have clients that I love that I don't know what will happen if they get the disease, this virus. I have a loved one who has had some just like natural congestion in the lungs, like, yearly allergy kind of thing, it seems like. But it definitely does seem scary because we really don't know what it's going to look like if they were to get something. So feeling the just the sadness of, I don't know, carrying some extra weight in the world around the people that I love and care about, and not knowing where we're going to be in 3 months or 6 months. And so I've been choosing to cry as a way to release. And anyway, hey Bill, as an ability to release the stuff that lives here, and so I can clear up the emotional congestion that many of us carry. If you find yourself unable to cry, which I'm guessing a lot of people have that, Or maybe it's like really rare. If you can think of the things that might cause it, that might be, good morning, Gloria. What would cause people to, like, obviously a movie or, something that just really tugs at you. And if you're the kind of person that's like, no, none of that stuff works, then I also recommend, sometimes it takes for us to see, seeing animals or nature or other humans suffer, be in pain, and that really can bring up a lot of emotions. Some of us have fear first, and then the sadness is behind that. And so if we're not willing to feel our fear, sometimes it's hard to get to the sadness. For me, often when I get angry, I fall into sadness pretty quickly after that, because it's really sadness that I put up a front, like, yeah, I'm fine, and I get really angry, but then it's like, no, I'm not really angry, I'm just really, really sad and partially scared. Yeah, Gloria's saying that, yeah, they heard that Salt Lake City there was an earthquake. It's like, geez Louise, what if we get like, flooding and earthquakes, and then it's gonna get warmer, and then tornadoes. I'm curious, like, I know humans do not make changes unless it really hurts. And what is this that our earth has done? What we know, we need to make changes to improve life on earth. Is this it? It's kind of scary to think too, that this is what's required. I also have been thinking, I'm a history person. That's what I studied in undergrad and graduate school. And, we've had it pretty good. Those of us who have been, I think I've lived 40 years, I haven't had to go through any kind of major stuff. I can't say that for all of you live 40 years or more, but when I think about back hundreds of years ago and thousands of years ago, life was not as guaranteed as it kind of feels like it is now. Maybe we feel a little entitled to living. Does that sound scary? A little bit. How feel it? Do you feel entitled to your life? And so, of course, that means that we are grateful. Practicing gratefulness and groundedness. I think gratefulness really can ground us. Ground us in this moment. I'm grateful for the people we have with us right now. And so I'll go back to the lungs and the sadness. People are scared of their sadness. And I've often felt like if I'm sad, yeah, Gloria, whenever you get a chance, you can come back on. She's leaving. Bye, Gloria. Gloria was supposed to be here today, actually. We were going to have really cool videos we were going to make. So sad that I couldn't see you. And so going back to that, the sadness, I have a theory. I haven't really heard this, so I'm just throw it out there. That if we didn't experience sadness, we probably would not have human connection. That if everything was great, we would more than likely live our own lives. All right, hold on. I gotta touch my face. Try not to use my hands, right? Trying not to. And we wouldn't have human connection without sadness. And sadness is so important that we have, that we experience, that we allow to flow out of us, and that we share it with others. And it reminds us to be grateful and that life isn't perfect. And it is through sadness that we draw closer to each other. And so as we, 1 second, my eye itches now. It's when a thing, everybody's faces itches. Faces are itching. As we experience more sadness in our communities, in our families, in our world, it's going to draw us closer together. We're going to be able to see each other in a way that we haven't before, in a new way. Sadness is needed for connection. So don't run away from it. It's okay to experience sadness. It's what our connection looks like. And it's amazing we have this format, this digital format, where we can connect and talk to each other and share sadness with each other. We need it. That's how we stay connected in quarantine. So Thank you all for being here. If you want to have a one-on-one session and talk with me, I'm available. We can talk back, share what's going on. $1 a minute if that helps. I'm here, and I'll be back tomorrow. Just trying to stay connected with you all every day if I can.